What's going on, everybody? Thanks again for stopping on by. If you could just like, subscribe, hit that share button, let everybody know that we are doing a thing over here. We are doing a thing, all right? And so if you have any comments or questions or whatever, just feel free to leave them on down there below. I do the best I can to answer everybody, and if I don't know the answer to your question, I will go and find it. I will hunt somebody down and get that answer for you. And who knows, I might even be able to interview somebody based on the questions that we get. So feel free to just leave them on down there, and I'll do the best I can. All right, so without further ado, we're going to be moving forward with what we went over and what you need to do in order to prep yourself for Lambda School. Now, mind you, while you're going to the school, you do have access to everything. You have access to the whole toolkit. You probably won't have the time to go through all of it, but like even if you did it on the weekend, but it's there for you to be able to look through. You know, if you want to go back and look at something that you learned before, if you want to go forward and try to learn something ahead of time, you know, it's there for you. Granted, you only get that access if you join the school, but you have it. But this week, what we learned was React. So everything from the beginning. Now, they didn't bother to go through the whole setup or anything like that. For the most part, we used Code Sandbox, which is like a different version of CodePen. Not necessarily a better or a worse version, just a different version that made it a lot easier to set up things like React and everything, and components and libraries and frameworks. It just makes it a lot easier. It already starts off kind of in project mode. So, and you know, you can fork like 1,000 times and all that. So it's very free, very easy. You can sign up with your GitHub. Real nice place to kind of just start off playing with a project or learning React from the very beginning without having to go through all the setups. Definitely recommend that. We learned functional components and we learned class components and how they work together within a React ecosystem. You basically have your class component, which is pretty much like your main like app.js component, which is gonna house like the rest of your app. And then from there, we would build a lot of functional components and establish the props on everything. You would map all the divs out and everything that needs to go in there. And then you pass it along to the class component. Functional component, you kind of keep it dumb. You don't want to like overdo all the data that goes through it. You don't want to give it methods and all this other stuff. You just want to be able to establish that base and then send it on over to the class component, which will house the actual methods. It'll house your props, your data, your state, everything. Once you send it on over, you change that props or the property or whatever to whatever's in the class. So if you have anything in the state, then you're going to use that. A lot of times we work with like APIs or an external file, kind of like a JSON file or something like that. And so you want to extract that data and kind of fill in everything in. So you'll have a bunch of random empty divs that have props in them, but where are those props going to come from? So that's what we learned throughout the week. It wasn't really too heavy, just because we're initially learning how to deal with a new library that a lot of people haven't dealt with. So you didn't want to overwhelm everybody. This week we're actually going to be learning React tooling, which is the Create React app, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. This week we're going to be doing the Instagram clone, which is pretty cool. I already got. You can't really see it because I think my screen is too bright. But I already got the MVP done for today, and then gonna be adding a bunch of stuff throughout the day and throughout the week as we learn it. I already added all the prop types and everything, so that's what we're gonna be doing this week. So wanted to keep this video short. You guys like the video again, feel free to comment and subscribe. I'm gonna try to keep the rest of my videos this short just because attention spans kind of tend to go away after about 5 minutes. But if you guys want to see some cool material from some friends of mine in the school, feel free to check out the see more button down below. Read more, I don't remember what it says, but got some pretty cool channels, some reading material for you guys. You can check out Tyler's channel. He put some amazing content over there. Used to be an instructor at Lambda, actually. I didn't even really know that until after I joined in, because I used to watch his stuff all the time. But he puts up some really cool stuff. Got a friend of mine named Nikki. She puts up some really awesome introductory videos, so feel free to watch those. And I also have a kind of like a donate to me button down there below. You don't really have to. It's cool if you don't, but you know, if you just want to help me out while I'm going to school, then it'll be great, and I appreciate it. So thank you all for stopping on by, and I'll see you guys next week.